Silas Adekunle. He created one of the world's first intelligent gaming robots. He is a Nigerian inventor and a technological entrepreneur, and he is only age 33. So hi guys, welcome to The Smiling Professor. My name is Dr. Bukola, and today we're going to discuss Silas Adekunle and what has made him successful. Don't forget, learning is fun. Silas Adekunle was born in Nigeria but relocated to the UK at the age of 12. According to him, he has always been interested in robotics because when he was in Nigeria, he worked in a radio shack, so where they repair radios, and he has always admired and loved nature. So he said he used to go out of the house and look at spiders, how they worked, and he always loved the natural movement of animals, so he appreciated nature. And he said these factors helped him in his future goal, which was to create an intelligent gaming robot. So Silas relocated to the UK at the age of 12 because his mother got a job in the UK to be a medical nurse. And he said one of the things he noticed while he was enrolled in school in the UK was that they didn't have a lot of theoretical knowledge for his age, but they had a lot of practical knowledge. For his age, there were a lot of theories they had already learned in Nigeria that he was just learning in his new class. But because of that, he was ahead in terms of his theoretical knowledge of the subject, but he was lacking the practical application of those theories. And he took advantage of the resources available to him in the UK. So he said there was robotics after school club in the UK, which he made sure to attend because he was very much interested in robotics. He had to self-learn in some circumstances because when he came to the UK, he couldn't open Word documents or use the computer, so he was very much inspired to learn, and this made him come out with a really good grade. And at the end of his high school, he was able to get admission into the University of West of England in Bristol, where he did his undergraduate degree in robotic engineering. And while studying his degree, he started an after-school club at the university to help educate young kids on robotics. And with this, he was able to apply for funding from a lot of companies like Hugo Parker. And this led to him creating his own company with two other colleagues, which is called Rich Robotics, which led to him having a deal with Apple in 2018, where he's able to sell his products in their US and in their UK stores. And this is really impressive for a young man with love for robots. But let's dissect his story and see what factors actually made him successful. So according to him, listening to his interview, the first factor he said has made him successful is that he was allowed to follow his passion. So if you remember in his story, I spoke about the fact that when he was in Nigeria, he worked in a radio shack where they repaired radios, and because of that, he loved robots. And his parents didn't impose their ideology on him. So they allowed him to explore his passions and things he cared about. And this was what allowed him go and study robotic engineering. The second factor he said is that he is someone who always thinks about the future. As we know, we are living in an ever-evolving world where we constantly use artificial intelligence and things like robots to get tasks done. So therefore, he was trying to combine both his love for robots and also understanding the human experience in order to create a soft aspect of robots. One of the main characteristics of his product is that it can mimic some human characteristics. So it can wave, it can stop, and actually do some actions. Another key aspect is that he also said that the fact that he was inspired to create a learning program for kids such as himself because he benefited from the robotic after school club, that was something that drove him. In recent times, one of his focus is actually to make robots that can help children as well as adults learn. So creating a medium where children as well as adults can learn and they can also interact with the robots, which is one of the key characteristics of his product. If you're liking this video so far, please click the like button and leave a comment down in the comment section below because it helps boost the video. And don't forget to share it with your family and friends. Now let's go back to our topic of discussion. Another reason why he said he was successful is because he was interested in leveraging the resources available to him. So as you know, he was born in Nigeria where he got a lot of theoretical knowledge, but when he moved to the UK, he realized that there was a lot of resources available to him that could help him learn, such as the after-school robotic club and a lot of computers and softwares in his school. And he took advantage of this because, according to him, his Nigerian roots actually made him more adaptable to different situations and circumstances. One of the questions that he was asked in one of his interviews was, what challenges did he face while trying to build his company? And he said the first one was funding. Because artificial intelligence as well as robotics is actually a new field, there was not a lot of knowledge or there was not a lot of information in that field for him to actually take advantage of. So with some things he had to do from scratch with other colleagues from different departments across the university. Another thing he said was securing funding for something that is quite abstract is difficult. He was only able to convince some investors to invest in his company after he was able to create a prototype of his robot and they saw the potential in the future. Another question he was asked was, what advice would he give to Africans, or what opinion would he share if Africans would want to enter into this industry? The first thing he said was that there would have to be help from the government. So in the UK, there's a lot of programs, there's a lot of funding available, or even after school activities or programs to help children interested in such fields such as artificial intelligence or robotics. So the leaders in African nations would have to understand the need for this in the future and actually invest in it, and not just invest in terms of creating the infrastructure, but also provide money for children to be able to engage in this program. And he referred to something which was called the Maslow hierarchy of needs. He said they would have to invest money so that people don't only think of surviving within the economy, so thinking of their daily bread, where to get food from, where to feed their kids or pay tuition. Once that is taken care of, people can be more creative and actually invest their time and knowledge into industries such as AI and robotics. So according to him, he is very much now fixed in how to educate and get more young African children into robotics, and that is why he started a company called Awari with a fellow Nigerian, which means seek and find in Yoruba, to be able to encourage more children to get into robotics and AI and start thinking of how we can be competitive in the future market and future industry. So do you agree with him? Do you disagree with him? Is this someone you admire? Is this someone you like? Please let me know your opinion down in the comment section below. I want to say thank you to everyone who's watched to the end of this video. If you're new to my channel, my name is Bukola and I discuss management, inspirational as well as educational topics. Please subscribe to my channel, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to click the notification bell so you always know when I upload. Thanks guys, see you next week. Bye guys.